every single skill that each of these teams are doing. But how this will start off, we will have a little bit of a breakdown. There are going to be 4 events shown here. So you will see acro, pyramid, toss, and tumbling event. There will be multiple heats in each event. So acro will have 3 heats, acro 5, 6, and 7. Pyramid will have 3 heats, the inverted pyramid, synced pyramid, and that open pyramid. We will head to toss for 3 heats, the 450 salto, sync toss, and the open toss. Then we will close out with tumbling, the duo, the trio, the quad, aerial pass, 6 element, and open toss. The winner will be announced at the end of every single heat. You will see every team line up in the back of the mat, and we will go in order for every single heat, explaining you who will be coming out on that mat.
So we're super excited with this 5 element. First, we're going to be welcoming Hawaii Pacific University, coached by Peyton Smith, who is an alumni from Hawaii Pacific, who competed acrobatics and tumbling for her alma mater, and now she's coaching them.
And what you'll see here with this Acro 5 is, once again, just like Aaliyah mentioned in the introduction, there will be 5 teams in every single heat. So for Acro 5, you will see Hawaii Pacific University, Quinnipiac University, University of Oregon, Azusa Pacific University, and Baylor University. So here comes Hawaii Pacific University. They will have a start value of a 10.0. And please note, there definitely will be different start values through every single heat and through every single event. So definitely listen into that when it comes to the scores. How impressive, Aaliyah. She has not come down yet.
And nice pike through right there, a great press down.
Beautiful job there from the Sharks, coming in at the at-large bid all the way from Honolulu, Hawaii to West Liberty, West Virginia. I mean, what a great start for the Sharks there. We'll take through a replay, but something to note also with this acro event is everything has to fall within that 45-second time frame. So acro 5, there's never really too many problems, but when we get to that acro 7 with all those elements, but we're going to take a look at the replay here. What the officials are looking for is stability throughout the entire structure, from the bases, from the top, and Hawaii did a beautiful job throughout.
And you want to see that extension from the tops and the bases. So seeing those bases with those locked out elbows, that core nice and tight, and you see that straddle position, you're going to see it throughout the meet. You want to see straight legs, pointed toes, above parallel, but great handstand position there, a really good sequence for them.
Beautiful job there from Hawaii Pacific. And as you can see there on the left, that is the counter. So everything within this acro event does have to be held for 3 seconds. So each element that the coaches from every single team declares has to be held for those 3 seconds, or they will receive a deduction.
So up next, we are going to see Quinnipiac come out, and they are also going to start at that 10.0. I think everybody in 5 element is at that 10.0 start value, which is actually impressive because the core value of the 5 element is different than the 6 and the 7. So you have to do harder skills to get to that 10.0. To get that difficulty, you have to string, you know, those higher level skills together. The more you connect, the more bonus you'll get.
And what you'll notice with this acro event is the strength of these student athletes. I mean, acrobatics and tumbling, other than practicing 5-6 days a week, they are going to strength and conditioning. They're doing Olympic powerlifting, which definitely will be portrayed. I mean, some of these skills that you're gonna see that we've watched over the last couple of days have just been beyond impressive. So up next will be the Quinnipiac Bobcats in acro 5 with a 10.0 start value. Nice and stable throughout the entire structure. And we see, similar to Hawaii Pacific, a press up again to a nice strong handstand there from top Mia Rose King. And check out that body position.
And there you saw great balance. That's what you want to see. You can see balance through the top and the base. That's okay. It's when stability comes into play is if it's excessive. But they did a great job balancing and keeping it nice and stable.
Beautiful job there from the Bobcats. We'll go through the replay, but talk about body positions. You will definitely see different ones throughout the entire acro event. And you know what's very similar is, I mean, Acro 5 from both Hawaii Pacific and Quinnipiac, that top athlete did not come down until they were completely finished, which I would say is not super common, but of course you see it there back to back.
So looking at this replay, we're looking for that nice handstand position and then the smooth press down and the smooth press up. You see straight legs, pointed toes, absolutely beautiful execution there.
Great continuity all the way through, and that's really something that the officials are also looking for. Nice, smooth movements. And as you can see, with each of these acro elements is you don't necessarily have to end in the air. You can end on the ground there. But up next will be the University of Oregon. The Ducks will take the mat with a 10.0 start value as well.
Good height on that full off.
And as you see, Oregon is switching their tops, which is allowed. Beautiful lines there on that straddle sit.
Again, we're looking for that type of continuity there.
And that same continuity all the way through into that pike position.
She has just such long, beautiful lines, doesn't she?
She really does. I mean, everything from her pointed toes, straight legs, really great squeeze throughout there. Awesome job by the Ducks. I mean, you can't start better than that there for Acro 5 from both Hawaii Pacific, Quinnipiac, and Oregon. So a great job overall.
You see them pretty happy in the back.
Good energy here. I mean, it is a packed crowd here at the ARSC.
So going through this, we've talked a lot about height of skill, and then on these full-offs, you want to see that straight body position before coming off of the base. So you want to make sure you set up square, you don't twist right off of it. There's small deductions there. Again, those can range anywhere from 1/2 tenth up to 3/10, depending on, you know, the severity of it.
And with these acro heats, you will see a different number of athletes. It can range anywhere from 2 to 4 athletes in Acro 5 and Acro 7. So you see there, the Ducks decided to go from one top to the next top, which is totally allowed, as I mentioned, during that heat. But a great job there, as now the Azusa Pacific Cougars will take the mat with a start value of a 10.0.
And I think in these next two heats, we're going to see one top, one base combinations.
So exactly what I was talking about, just 2 athletes out there, which is so impressive. Yes, one base, one top.
Very smooth on the way through there.
And no movement, may I add, from that base. Beautiful pike position there. Awesome job by the Cougars. Plenty of time to spare, definitely makes that 45 seconds. And Aaliyah, you will be correct. I think you will just see the same, very similar acro sequence from the Baylor Bears that will be up next, and they will round out our Acro 5. And definitely stay tuned, because as I mentioned earlier in the beginning going through the schedule, after the last team competes, they do crown a national champion. We'll take a look at the replay here from the Cougars.
So you're going to see great stability throughout this entire heat. You see that base is not moving. She is completely extended top to bottom.
And look at that pike sit. I mean, that's exactly what you are looking for there from the officials. So Cougars definitely have to be happy with that one, as now the Baylor Bears will round out Acro acro heat 5, and then we will crown a national champion. They will also have that start value of a 10.0.
Wow, so much height on that way up.
All the way to that extended position as well. Beautiful pop around.
And good lines there on Emily Tobin.
Beautiful job there from Baylor, and you know what? It was a similar skill to what Azusa Pacific did there, but she just held that last position for 3 seconds and ended there rather than doing that pike through. So you'll definitely see in acro 6 and acro 7 similar skills to what you saw there, but we are going to wait here for the scores, and then we are going to crown an acro 5 national champion, the first event final champion that we are going to see. But we'll go through this replay here for Baylor. And please note here, 10.0 start value for all of these teams.
So you see there was height on that skill before she even caught that. You see the true release. And then the come down, this pop around, there's so much control and stability.
Stability from the top and the base, which is just very impressive. And then she goes into that extended one-to-one, hand-to-hand, as we can see here with a beautiful hold.
You see a little bit of balance there from Riley Chimwala on the bottom. You see that movement a little bit, a small deduction, but she did a great job not additional deductions.
So with these event finals, as you can see, you might be able to see on the zoomed out camera, teams are lined up all over the mat. So you have everyone wrapping around the corners, and then in the back, you see all the teams lined up that are coming out. Takes home the acro 5 event final. They are the national champions in acro 5 with a score of 9.825. As you can see, they are ecstatic, Aaliyah. I mean, what a way to start. They're cheers. I see tears already coming out.
I think we have 2 All-Americans on the floor.
We do.
For the Azusa Pacific Cougars. How incredible. What an amazing season for those 2.
So awesome. I mean, look at that. They're so happy. They're running back to their team. And once again, that is going to be one of 15 that you will see crowned today. So talk about, I mean, excitement, and what a better way to start. Up next will be acro 6. So acro 6 will be 2 groups going out there. They will be splitting that NCATA logo. Down the middle, you see some crowd celebrations, holding it up, pointing to their teammates in the stands, because you are only allowed to have the athletes in the event finals that you have made. But here we will go with the acro 6. You will see University of Mary Hardin-Baylor, Oregon, Limestone, Quinnipiac, and Baylor. So UMHB will take the mat all the way from Belton, Texas, and here they are in acro 6 with a start value of a 10.0. Beautiful job there.
And you see that stability on that half around. Great job. And they turn it back around. Wow. Little step there.
Beautiful full downs. Ooh, that's something we definitely have not seen yet.
When we heard oohs from everybody in here.
We really did. What an amazing job there by University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. Coming all the way from Texas for that acro 6, so very impressive job there. We'll break it down on the replay and show you kind of why we heard that ooh throughout the entire crowd. So with these acro sequences, is you do have to have an inverted element, so that is where they ended up in that handstand. And once again, 45-second time clock.
And they've had an incredible season. They most recently won the Division III Invitational. So all Division III university schools gathered at UMHB to compete, and they came away with that victory. So they have had such an incredible season, and it's been exciting to watch them grow throughout the years at that Division III level.
And as we watch in the replay here, beautiful, nice and strong throughout. And you know what? They pop around here nice and strong, and then they pop around again, Aaliyah.
And it was very solid. We're going to look on the left here. When we go into this one-man push extension, you see a little bit of stability from that base. She's going to take a little step, but she did a great job controlling it.
And this is where we got the ooh from the crowd, I will say right here. Look at this entry into this handstand position.
So that is a new skill this year. It was submitted to the scoring committee. It is something brand new that we have not seen a lot.
The Oregon Ducks will now take the mat with a start value of 10.0. And right before they go, I just want to say a big congrats to University of Mary Hardin-Baylor. Top on the right there, she was freshman of the year for D3. So just a big congrats to her. Strong pop arounds there from the Ducks.
Looking for that extension in that height.
And finishing with that handstand element as I was explaining.
You want to see those tight hips, that extended lines, and you see that there from them.
Beautiful job there from the Oregon Ducks. We'll take a look at that replay there, but Mary Hardin-Baylor, they did have that. We'll just give a little bit more props to them, you know, all the way coming from Texas for these event finals as the at-large bid. They had a freshman of the year for D3, and then they also had a specialist of the year for D3, Morgan Webb. She is a sophomore base, and then that freshman of the year was a top in a tumbler that we saw. So big congrats to them as we take a look at the Ducks replay here.
You see that pop-up, you want to see that height. Going into that full off, you want to make sure that there's that extension first. A little bit of deviation on that catch on the right. Remember, you want to always stay square with your bases. That goes for pyramids, tosses, and then tumbling, you want to stay in that straight line.
And as you can see there for the Ducks, they did interchange their top there on the right. They went from one top to the next for this next sequence. Beautiful layout offs here, nice and strong, good tight landings.
As we said earlier, these inverted positions, they were great at it. It hit everything they needed to in that tight body position. Those bases are stable and extended.
Up next, taking the mat will be the Limestone Saints with a start value of a 10.0 for Acro 6. Nice and smooth on that way up.
Good.
Good fight on that one on the right.
And you're seeing that extension there from the bases. Little bit of deviation there on that left group.
Into similar handstand positions that you saw Oregon, just at a diagonal here for Limestone.
Good synchronization there.
Great timing there. Awesome job by the Saints. We'll take a look at the replay there to kind of break down every single skill, but a beautiful job there done by Limestone.
And we saw Limestone in the semifinals, this national championship, for the first time in program history.
Only their second time making it to the national championship and the first time ever making it to semifinals. So very impressive from them on their day one to make it to day two.
So you see some instability on that left group. They did a great job, though. They made it work, and they finished out the sequence very well.
As we see here, one-to-one presses, that is showing the strength I was talking about earlier that they really put in outside of the practice time that they have. Nice tight handstands there and a beautiful come down from what I remember there. Great job there by the Saints. be Baylor University with a start value of a 10.0 to wrap up Acro 6. And you know what's so awesome, Aaliyah? I mean, like, look at the background here. Every team is cheering for each other. That really just goes to show how much all these teams support each other. They're here for each other. They want everyone to do the best as possible.
And you're going to see a little bit of an different inverted skill throughout this sequence than you've seen in the other 6 elements.
And as you notice, looks like on the right there will be a top and a base change. So just something to keep an eye out for. Beautiful pop runs there from the Bears.
Really good height. And good synchronization there on those walk-ins.
And what we saw a little bit earlier in Acro 5, we're seeing similar there. A little bit of movement there on the group on the right in that back heel, but they did not step.
Wow.
How impressive there. Great job there by the Bears. She was practically holding that one on one leg. Awesome job there by the Bears, and that will wrap up Acro 6. So as the officials are going through here, we will crown another national championship after we watch this replay from the Bears.
See that walk into the top? That is beautiful extension. It was very fast, very smooth.
That is not easy, Aaliyah.
You want to see that good height on those pop arounds. You saw that they squared to the back.
And as I mentioned, they changed the base, changed the top, which is totally allowed.
And then you see this different inverted skill. This is the only one-man extended handstand that we did see in the 6th element. And again, we see that balance there, that stability on the right. Those will be some deductions, but she did a great job holding it in the air and keeping it up for 3 seconds and synchronizing.
Beautiful job there by the Bears. We're waiting for scores here, but up next will be Acro 7, and we will be going back to one group. So similar to what you saw in Acro 5, up next will be Acro 7, and you will see Hawaii Pacific University, University of Oregon, Gannon University, Azusa Pacific University, and Baylor University. But here comes our national champion for Acro 6 with a score of 9.60 is Baylor University. The Bears take home the championship in Acro 6. So a huge congratulations to Baylor University. Running home with the award. Lots of smiles there from the Baylor Bears. And up next will be Acro 7. And that will, Aaliyah, be the last Acro event that we will have. So once again, Hawaii Pacific, Oregon, Gannon, Azusa Pacific, and Baylor.
And again, we're seeing Hawaii Pacific come in as that at-large bid, which is amazing to see them all the way from Hawaii.
This for Hawaii will also start as a 10.0, so as you can see on the board there, every single team will start at that 10.
Good body position there in that layout. And you see that is a 1 to 2. That second base came in as that top jumped up to that handstand position.
And then backed away for this inverted handstand position there. And she did not come down, Aaliyah. Very impressive there.
And they made it within the 45 seconds with 3 seconds to spare.
Beautiful job there by Hawaii Pacific, and congratulations. So happy that they are here as the at-large bid for that Acro 7. And we'll take a look at the replay there on that one, but a beautiful job. And as you can notice with these acro elements is that you can face sideways, you can face forwards or diagonally, so really up to the coach's discretion.
And we're gonna go into this replay. On that pop-up, you're looking for height, so maybe a little bit of lack of height and a little bit of stability, but that layout off was in a very good laid out body position.
And as we see here, this is what I'm talking about when lining up. You don't always see the hand-to-hands side to side. You definitely see them to the front, sometimes diagonal, but a beautiful job here by the Sharks.
And you see that nice continuous press down, which is what you're looking for. And then as she pops over to this second base, you want to see her continue. So you see that little bobble, that's a small deduction just because she didn't continue her press all the way up, but they did a great job in this inverted handstand position.
Beautiful job there by the Sharks. They look happy with that one. Super excited for them to be here. As I mentioned, up next will be the University of Oregon with a start value of a 10.0.
And it's always so fun at event finals to see the personality of the individual athletes come out for each team. They're standing back there. They're specializing in so many cool skill sets that they really get to show off today.
And as I mentioned here, when Oregon went in the national championship, this is a skill you don't always see. Beautiful job there.
Little bit there on that left foot, minor deduction. That's right, we're about to see a lot of twisting happening.
Full up, full down, but they're not quite done. Beautiful full up to the shoulders there, nice and strong throughout both bases and the top.
And good lines there from that top.
Awesome job there from the University of Oregon in Acro 7. We'll break it down every single skill, but a great job there by the Ducks. They're also looking to watch the replay there. That's why they're looking left. They're taking a look at the Jumbotron to watch exactly what they just did.
So this hand-to-way skill, you want to make sure that you get some height on it, and they did a great job stabilizing it right at there at the shoulder level.
Little step there from the base. But as Aaliyah was talking about, she had only to do that straight pop-off because these other skills have such a high value as to where they don't need a dismount off of that. Full up and a beautiful full down here from the Ducks.
A little bit of deviation. You're going to hear us say that word a lot. You're trying to control that twist as much as you can.
And then ending with that inverted skill here.
Great lines and great body position there.
Beautiful lines there from the Ducks. And up next will be Gannon University. They will start at a 10.0 for their Acro 7, and now they will come and take them out. Great height there on that toe pitch.
Good extension through those lines.
As you see again, 1 to 2, the space in the back didn't come on until she went up to that handstand.
Good continuous through to that pike sit. Maybe a little bit of form on that knee bend, but it looks pretty natural to me.
And right into that handstand hold there. Beautiful job there by Gannon.
And that was strong from them.
Beautiful job there. Teammates look happy. They look happy. And as you can see, those are all the trophies behind them. So they really got some motivation there, looking behind them, seeing if they can take one of those home. Beautiful height, Aaliyah, on this toe pitch. I mean, you can't ask for much better. Good release, nice tight catch.
And what we're looking for in the full-off, you want to see those arms come up above your head, that square to the front first, even if it's just for a quarter of a second before twisting, and you did see that from Allie Price.
And check this out, the next time top Allie Price comes down is when she is completed. So she goes up for this extended hand-to-hand. Beautiful lines up there.
You're going to see balance naturally, as we said. No stability issues there.
And then check this out. Back base comes from the back, turns around, and goes right into that inverted handstand. Up next will be Azusa Pacific University with that start value of a 10.0.
Good tuck off there.
Beautiful, nice and clean all the way through. And then here comes that dynamic duo that we saw in the Acro 5.
Very solid to the top. No movement. And that one-man extended handstand again, and she is pressing this through. Beautiful.
How impressive there from top GC Van de Zilver. And I mean, we could talk all about her. She is an All-American, and she is the D2 most outstanding athlete of the year. She's a top, as you saw there. She's also a tumbler. And I mean, she has been an amazing athlete for these Cougars. So just very impressive job here in Acro 7 with GC Van de Zilver. Check out this tuck off, Aaliyah.
Great height on it.
Beautiful. Good height, nice tight squeeze throughout her legs, the entire tuck off. And then this duo is just absolutely incredible.
Very solid, very continuous. You want to see it go up fast to the top, and you did see that from them. And that is base Madia Morris. She is an All-American for Azusa Pacific as well. So these two have had such an impact on their season.
Beautiful lines all the way through, and a nice strong pike hold there as they wrap up their Acro 7. Last but not least is the Baylor University Bears in Acro 7, and get ready for this one. I mean, these two, talk about a dynamic duo. Bailey Humphrey and Jordan Grumler, both just absolutely amazing athletes in the sport of acrobatics and tumbling. Talk about body positions, Aaliyah. Look at that.
Great stability. You don't see movement from that base, Bailey Humphreys.
Look at where her foot is entering from as well. From the forearm of Bailey Humphreys. And if you thought two hands was hard, check this out.
Wow, such amazing balance. And the pencil, it is beautiful. What a great acro heat.
Smiles from everyone on Baylor, and I mean, the crowd is going wild. It is just beyond impressive what those two can do. I mean, Jordan Grumler, the top there, she is the D1 Specialist of the Year. She's from San Antonio, Texas, and she really is just a standout in acro and pyramid events. I mean, you'll see her in pyramid. I won't blow it for you guys, but let's take a look at this replay. These two are just amazing.
And look at that extension from the base, Bailey Humphrey. She is not moving. She is straight through those elbows, and she is not moving whatsoever. It's impressive.
My spine hurts. It does. I mean, a big props to Jordan and her body positions. It's like no other. And then going into this next sequence, I mean, it's just very impressive. Just the two of them doing all of Acro 7. Really cool to see.
And you're seeing a lot of F skills here in this sequence. It starts well above a 10.0 once the bonus structure comes in, but it does cap at that 10.0. That's what all of these teams are being deducted from in this Acro 7.
And Bailey Humphrey, All-American this year and All-American last year, so just a big congrats to her as well as we go into our Acro 7 champion. With the score of 9.85 is the Baylor Bears. So the dynamic duo there take home the national champion in Acro 7. A big congratulations to them. As we see them smile here, give a big wave. Upside outside there. You know,
that was amazing.
Quick rotation there. We went from upside down national champions to, again, national champions.
And I'm sure we'll see that somewhere next year in their season. They're going to use that.
That is so great. So moving on into the next event. Yes, the next event is going to be pyramid event. So you will see all these different structures. You'll see some teams doing similar pyramids, sometimes exactly the same. But the first up will be the inversion pyramid. Then we will go into synchronized pyramid and then that open pyramid. There definitely will be a little bit of start value differences between team to team. But in the inversion period, the 5 teams you will be seeing is Coker University, University of Oregon, Gannon University, Quinnipiac University, and Baylor University. Coker University will take the mat first as the at-large bid with a start value of a 10.0. So really excited, Aaliyah. I mean, all the way, they came from South Carolina to West Virginia. This pyramid for them, Aaliyah, has been amazing all season long. So really excited to see what they have here.
It has been, and this is their second year competing. This has been an incredible program growth so far, and they did make an appearance in the Conference Carolinas championship meet. Smooth entry to the top.
And check it out, 4 thigh stands, 2 mid bases, and a really strong top here. And check out this dismount, Aaliyah. Whoop!
And that press roll down, wow.
A beautiful job there from Coker. So happy for them. I mean, that is, what a clean pyramid all the way throughout. Everything, the stability all the way up, the handstand hold, the pike through. Great job there.
And what's interesting is the judges have a little bit different of an angle. They are down lower, right up towards that mat. So they're going to see this from a different angle than we are. But they did an incredible job. And again, they made it to the Conference Carolina Championship for the first time in program history in their only second year of competing. They have been a phenomenal Division II program to watch come up.
Brianna D'Angelo, she's just done such a great job with this program, especially second year, making it to event finals. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. They look super happy with that one. Look at that pike through, and then there's that dismount I was talking about. So what you will notice with these pyramids is the entries, the structures, and the dismounts will be completely different. But you know what? With this inversion pyramid, as you saw in the graphic, every single team will be starting at that 10.0. So up next will be the Oregon Ducks with that 10.0 start value. Looks like it's going to be a similar structure, Aaliyah. Looks like it's going to be 4 thigh stands on the bottom with those 2 mid bases and then that 1 top.
And she's entering from the back there. So she's going to straddle press handstand up to the top.
Beautiful, strong straddle there. Great position from number 5, Bethany Glick.
And you saw while her press was slow, it was continuous. She did not bobble. She did not balance check whatsoever.
And for their dismount, a little 180 twist down there. Beautiful job there from the Ducks. Nice and strong throughout. Pyramids are impressive, I will have to say, Aaliyah. I mean, the strength and the stability and really making sure nothing moves throughout the entire structure.
And the evolution of the sport in this inverted pyramid. The inverted pyramid requirement has been around for a long time. And we're seeing so many of these pyramids at the extended handstand level, where it used to be maybe more so shoulder level or that inverted non-handstand position where they're, you know, with 2 bases holding it. But looking at this replay, again, good straddle hold. You want to see that extension in that legs, that below or above parallel, and then the continuous press up all the way.
What a great job there by the Ducks. And up next will be Gannon University once again with a 10.0 start value.
And we're going to see 2 thigh stands here. So that base will be only standing on 2 thigh stands. And you see a little bit of that balance there, but it was a clean catch right above the shoulders.
Nice tight catch there for sure. And you know what? Talk about balance. I mean, that is a 1-to-1 extended hand-to-hand. So just very impressive there from the Golden Knights. Well, look at this replay here. And as Aaliyah mentioned, just 2 thigh stands. We went from 4 when we looked at Coker and Oregon. We're back to that 2 with that 1 mid-base standing there and then that 1 top all the way in that extended hand-to-hand.
Again, just a little bit of stability from that mid-base. It looks like they were balancing a little bit extra stability, but other than that, very clean throughout. Very good body lines from top Allie Price.
Up next will be Quinnipiac University, also starting at a 10.0, and you will go back to those 4 thigh stands that we saw from the first 2 teams. And then we'll go back to the same 2 thigh stands that you saw earlier. So a little bit of alternating.
And you'll continue to see in the next set of pyramids, the synchronized pyramid, you're going to see a lot of different structures, and then in the open pyramid as well. That's what makes the pyramid event so unique, is the amount of variety that we have seen in it.
And talk about a dictionary to choose from when it comes to the coaches. I mean, they go into a file and have hundreds of pyramids to choose from. So just really cool to see the strength of every single team. Similar entry there to Oregon coming through the back. Smiles.
And that tight straddle hold. Again, another continuous, very beautiful press handstand.
And look at that pike sit. I mean, we almost lose her face up here in the broadcast booth. So from down below, it must be up by her face with her toes all the way up there. Beautiful job there by the Bobcats.
And there's so many elements in that pyramid sequence. When you're seeing that press up, that press down, there's so much happening there. So very impressive that it was stable all the way through.
And that was the same pyramid that you saw the University of Oregon do. So as I mentioned, there'll be some similar, some different, but that was the same exact pyramid. We'll check out in this replay. I mean, the stability here on that press up and that press down was just very impressive. Wrapping up the inversion pyramid heat will be Baylor University, and they will be starting at that 10.0.
And we're going to see that duo, Jordan Grunler and Bailey Humphreys again.
Nice and smooth all the way on that entry.
And a little bit on that left side of the catch, that's a small deduction there, again taking away from that 10.0. Other than that, that body position held beautifully. There was no lack of stability, a good pyramid.
Yeah, great pyramid there by the Bears. As you can see, all the way from the entry, just very nice and tight and smooth. From the thigh stands on the bottom to Bailey in that middle, and then Jordan all the way up. Great job there by the Bears. And what an interesting body position. A new one that we haven't quite seen. Gets to that handstand, then crosses her feet there all the way at the top. And then we'll see in this catch just a little bit of that deviation that we talked about, a little bit higher on one side versus the other, but a great job there by the Bears. And that wraps up our inversion pyramid. We're waiting for scores on that one, and then we will be crowning a national event title to one of those 5 teams that you just watched. And up next will be synchronized pyramid. So similar, you're gonna hear synchronized a lot here. Synchronized pyramid will be 2 groups doing identical pyramids, splitting the NCATA logo right in the middle. So with Sync Pyramid, we get to it pretty quickly. So you will see Hawaii Pacific, Quinnipiac, Limestone, Gannon and Baylor in the next after we crown this event title champion.
Again, we're going to see Hawaii Pacific as that at-large bid coming in outside of that championship bracket. So it's going to be exciting to see them compete again. And I think we're going to see them compete a lot in the tumbling event later on.
And here we are with the inversion pyramid champion with the score of 9.9. Is Quinnipiac University. They take home the inversion pyramid title.
And they look excited.
They look excited with this one. They can't even stop jumping for their picture. We got the sign right this time, Aaliyah, though. It is facing the right direction. Quinnipiac University will be the inversion pyramid champions. A huge congratulations to the Bobcats, and they run away with the sign as well. I always notice that. Event finals, everyone runs away with the sign.
And then somebody has to go track them down. Then you see somebody run right after them.
How amazing. Awesome job there for the Bobcats. And up next will be that Sync Pyramid. And once again, Hawaii, as the at-large bid, the at-large bids will continually be that first group to go with the 4 teams after. So definitely keep an eye out here as they line up in the back of the mat. And let's take a look at those start values, all 10.0 for the synchronized pyramid.
And we're going to see a lot of different structures here. We're going to see some back bends coming up from a couple of teams. This is a structure that we have not seen yet today, and it is difficult. You have one base on the bottom there, one mid-level, and one top, so it's a true 1-1-1 pyramid.
Definitely check out. Look at, as Aaliyah was talking about, they have decided to face their pyramid forwards, but look at what those mid bases are standing on, the thighs of a bridge. Just beyond impressive.
Looking for that continuous smooth entry.
Beautiful job there from the Sharks. Maybe a little bit of timing and some deviation on those landings, but an amazing job all the way throughout from start to finish.
And you see there's one tosser there, tossing that top up to the top with that 270 twist to get her on top of that 1-1-1 pyramid. It's a tall pyramid, and that takes a lot of strength. So looking at the replay, the judges are judging all the way through that entry, the middle, body position, and then that dismount on the way down, all the way through to the landing.
And what you will definitely see is you'll see similar pyramids to this throughout, either synced or that open pyramid at the end. But they did decide to face forward there. Great rotations on those straddles. Awesome job there by the Sharks. Up next will be Quinnipiac University, and they will also be starting at a 10.0. And if I had to guess, it's going to be a similar pyramid. I think it actually might be the exact same one there. So, but just to keep an eye out, definitely how each team lines it up. Some people like the view of the front, some people like the view of the side or the diagonal. But here come the Bobcats to the floor for Sync Pyramid. Different entries, so same thing with bridges, but they decided to instead press up from the floor, bend backwards.
Very continuous entry there.
Beautiful straddle holds there for both tops.
Good.
Great dismount there by the Bobcats, and what you may have noticed a little bit different actually from Hawaii's is that Hawaii had 2 catchers there, whereas Quinnipiac decided to use their thrower as their 1 catcher. So just a little bit different, but I would say very similar, and great job by both teams there.
And we've talked through the straddle holds before. What you are looking for is that above parallel, both legs in the same exact line, straight knees, pointed toes, extended all the way through, as we continue to see these throughout the synchronized and open pyramid.
Little stability, I would say, just on the way up, but a great job timing everything. Awesome job there by the Bobcats. And if you can see in the back there, Limestone may have almost their entire team out there for the Synced Pyramid. So that just goes to show there is any range of athletes when it comes to the pyramids. You know, you could have a smaller group if it's just a 1-1-1. You could have a bigger group. But with what they will be doing out there, definitely a lot of their team. So here come the Saints with that start value of a 10.0. You know what it is? I see it in the background. Here comes the shark. This is their Sharknado pyramid is what they call. You see the shark sunglasses? I see the shark on the right in the assistant coach's hands. So definitely check this one out.
I love the personality. And that was continuous and very smooth. A little bit on that catch there on the left. You see that right shoulder dip down. Other than that, though, it was a very well executed pyramid.
Great job there by the Saints. We'll take you through the replay there. Maybe a little bit of timing. I think one group may have gone a hair higher than the other on that dismount, but a beautiful job there from the Saints. Yeah, Leah, there's got to be like almost 20 people out there. But you know what? Look at that. I would have 20 people out there if my pyramid looked like that too. So smooth on the way up, nice and strong throughout. And then in this catch, just a little bit shoulder there, deviation. Beautiful job there from the Saints. Up next will be Gannon University. They will also be starting at a 10.0, and you will see a similar pyramid.
You most definitely will.
And just as an FYI, compulsory event is normally the one that only is apples to apples, but what you can see is some of these teams definitely do the exact same pyramids, and that is what you will see here with Limestone and Gannon as the Golden Knights will now take the floor.
And again, a lot of their team is out there right now. Good execution by top Susie Whiteman and top Allie Price. And you see Susie watching Allie on that dismount.
Check out that left view.
That is how you do the synchronized pyramid.
That was a beautiful job there from the Knights. I mean, I didn't see much there, you know, Aaliyah. That was one of the most stunning pyramids I have seen. We'll take a look at that replay there, but everything from the entry, super strong throughout all the bases. And just so impressive, all the way to that extension. Great job there by both tops, nice and strong. You see the cross arms, gives that I got this vibe.
You see the synchronization all the way through. You see that top tight body position on that cradle, high catches. That's what you're looking for.
Beautiful job there from the Golden Knights. And rounding out the synced pyramid will be Baylor University. A little bit of a different pyramid than what we've seen. But this will be the last team going in the synchronized pyramid event. Watch the entry of this one.
Very smooth to the top there. And a good dismount as well.
Great job there from the Baylor Bears. Nice and clean and stable throughout everything. Awesome job there from all 5 teams on the synced pyramid. There will only be one event left in the pyramid section. It will be the open pyramid. And now once again, 5 teams you will see. It will be Coker, Limestone, Quinnipiac, Frostburg, and Baylor. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Talk about a lot of athletes. There's another big group coming out on the floor for Baylor. And what a different pyramid that you don't see all the time, Aaliyah.
And I think it's new this year, so they've done a great job executing it. Again, these teams love to come up with new skills. They come up with new sequences for pyramids, tumbling, all of that. It's a lot of fun to see the individuality.
And as we talk about new pyramids, I think overall, I mean, what the kind of behind the story before the great catches there from both groups there. And what we talk about new skills, I mean, this is when you have a chance to submit new skills before the season starts. So that first half of school, before the season starts, it kicks off in that February time period. Everyone starts a little bit differently, maybe a week or two apart. But that is when you are able to submit new pyramids, new acros, and then the committee will go through and kind of value them that we were talking about earlier. But that's kind of how pyramids will work, and we will only have one more left before we go into toss and tumbling. So almost at that halfway mark, I would say, through event finals. Super excited to crown another national champion as we will have synced pyramid here. We're just waiting for the scores. Oh, there comes Ange. You know, she pops in through the back. You see the sign, you see the trophy, which means it's almost time.
About time. We're excited to see who took this one away.
Oh, and she's back through.
And you see a little tunnel formed for her.
Not quite yet here, but we just want to thank everyone for tuning in all weekend long as well. I mean, it's been super excited. Oh, so we do have a tie. Stay tuned for this one, folks. So we do have a tie here. So up first will be the Gannon Golden Knights. We got a little bit of confusion here on the floor, but what happens with a tie is both teams have to go again. So there will be, that is when it comes down to a tiebreaker. So the officials have decided that they have scored two teams the exact same score. So they will have to go out there on the floor, Leah. If it wasn't hard enough to go out once, they're gonna have to go out to another time. All right, so it looks like a tie between the Gannon Golden Knights and the Baylor Bears. So what we will see here is Gannon will take the floor first, and then Baylor will take the floor again, and that is who will take home the Synced Pyramid National Champion.
Now, I remember a time that when I was competing, we had a three-way tie in the pyramid event, and then directly after a two-way tie. So we had to go out and compete the pyramid 3 times. So that does happen in event finals. It's a lot of fun, especially in pyramids, because there is minimal deductions.
There really is, and if I'm being honest, they probably got somewhere upwards of the 9.9, 9.95. I mean, both were absolutely flawless. So we're going to have Gannon take the mat first. Once again, both of them are starting at that 10.0, and this is a tiebreaker, Leah. How exciting to have. You can hear the chants in the background. Everyone rooting for everyone. I love it. All the other teams will disperse as we go through this tiebreaker. Gannon will slide to the left. Baylor will slide in from the right. 2 teams left here for this tiebreaker. You know what? I mean, tiebreakers in pyramids, that's great. When it gets to the tiebreakers and the tumbling, that's when you really start to feel it. Day 4 of the national championship. But you know, this is super exciting here, and I mean, both these pyramids, even though they are different, are definitely similar when it comes to scoring. Very, I would say, strong structures throughout both teams. They both did really well in this particular heat all season long, so this is really exciting to have here at the national championship.
And we see the fan support. It's a lot of fun in here today. You're seeing so many celebrations, and it's cool to get all these teams in the same room at the same time.
All right, here we go. First up to the mat is the Gannon Golden Knights in sync pyramid.
Again, that good synchronization.
Beautiful timing from both tops and the groups.
Maybe a little bit of timing on that dismount, but our view is different up here. I'm not sure exactly how the judges saw it.
It really is, but a beautiful job there from the Golden Knights. We'll take a look at that replay there before the Baylor Bears come out for that sync pyramid. So notice everything, Aaliyah, right from the structure, stand up, nice and strong throughout everything. Just a very cool entry. I mean, every time I watch this pyramid, I'm just beyond impressed here. The grab of the waist right to that extension.
You see both tops, Susie and Allie Price, they float to the top there. They are waiting on their bases, and they're just being patient up there in the air.
Maybe just a little bit of timing there. Group on the right came down a hair faster than the group on the left, but excited to see what the officials saw on that one. And up next will be the Baylor Bears. Once again, 10.0 start values for both of these. And just a reminder, this is a tiebreaker. That is why you only see the two teams standing back there for synchronized pyramid. Definitely don't go anywhere, though, after event finals are over. We're going to go over all the award winners. We're going to talk about all academic, all American, and the major award winners that have been selected by the NCATA Awards Committee. So don't tune us off after tumbling's over, because we have a lot of amazing student athletes to talk about, explain each of the awards that were given to different individuals within all of the schools involved within the sport of acrobatics and tumbling.
You can tell the judges are taking their time on this one to get it right. So we're
really
going to see Baylor come out next, but those judges, they are making sure that they have everything organized. And I'm excited to see. We have Coker coming up in the open pyramid. So again, they've been in 2 pyramids as the at-large. Really impressive. They must be really good specializing there and showing off.
And you know, Coker in their pyramids all year long, I mean, they have scored a 10.0 multiple times, which is just so awesome to see in a second-year program. So really excited to see them as they're going to be an open pyramid next, as the Baylor Bears will now take the mat in sync pyramid. Once again, tops that we see a lot. Emily Tobin and Cameron Kitchens, both All-Americans for the Bears. So really excited to see how they do in this synced pyramid. Part 2, may we say, round 2.
And you're seeing the 2023 Athlete of the Year on the left and the 2022 Athlete of the Year on the right.
Great job there from the Bears. I think super strong from both teams, so that's going to really come down to the officials. So we will see who is crowned the Synced Pyramid National Champion here at the 2023 National Championships. Beautiful job there on that pyramid. Timing on that catch was great, nice, strong, and as we can see, Angela Urban with the NCATA is ready to go here with the sign in the right direction, and we have the trophy ready. Just waiting here on the officials. And once again, you may wonder, these officials definitely do have a background in usually gymnastics or cheerleading before they come into the sport. They are trained annually. Even if you've been an official for 5 years, you're still going through that same training every single time to make sure that you are ready for this regular season. And then each of the national championship officials are chosen based on that regular season. Here is your synchronized pyramid champions with a score of 9-9. The Baylor Bears will take home the Sync Pyramid Championship. And that means we only have one more left. They're trying to figure out where to put the trophy there as it doesn't block the sign, as it doesn't block some of the athletes' face. A big congratulations to Baylor for being the 2023 Synchronized Pyramid Champions. Up next is that open, and as a reminder, I know I probably said it about 10 minutes ago, the teams you will see here in Open Pyramid, you will see Coker, Limestone, Quinnipiac, Frostburg State, and Baylor.
We're going to see a lot of 10.0 start values, and I think we only see one structure that is the same, or two teams competing the same structure. Everybody else is competing different structures, which is fun to see that variety in the Open Pyramid.
And here comes Coker University from Hartsville, South Carolina. Get ready for this one, folks. This one scored a 10.0 a couple times this season, so really excited to see how they do here at the event finals.
And you're looking for that height, and you saw that absolute stability, especially on that press down.
What a beautiful pyramid there. Oh my gosh, so happy for them. That was absolutely stunning. Great pyramid there from Coker University. I mean, we'll watch it there on the replay, Aaliyah, but I didn't really see much from deduction side of things.
So you see that 4-2-1. A big toss to the top, very smooth, very stable.
Nice and clean on that bring down, and then a nice tight dismount that you see. No deviation, a nice tight catch. Great job there by the Cobras.
And something to note, on those dismounts that are going into that cradle position, you want to see the top's hips rise before they fall to that cradle. So something to note, something to think about as you're looking at pyramids and kind of figuring out the sport and the deductions.
Limestone will be up next, and they will also have a start value of a 10.0. Definitely a different structure and a different pyramid for this Open Pyramid.
And we're seeing that 2 thigh stand structure.
Nice and strong and stable, and check this one out right here. That is mid-base. Cameron King, an All-American for Limestone. Beautiful job there from the Saints.
What a great catch. Wow, beautiful.
Nice catch. Saw that rise you were just talking about, Aaliyah, definitely from that top there. But yes, Cameron King from Limestone, a sophomore, a base, a tumbler. She was the mid-base in that pyramid. A big congratulations to her for being named an All-American. And don't forget, we're going through all of those awards after we finish event finals. Nice and stable here, Aaliyah. Very impressive. One man presses her top all the way to that extension. So a great job there by the Saints. And up next will be Quinnipiac University with a start value of a 10.0.
I think they're going to be doing a pretty similar pyramid, but with a different dismount.
That is correct.
Good entry there.
Smiles at the top there from the Bobcats.
You saw that extension in that base's elbows and her shoulders.
Very clean and smooth all the way on that way down. Great job there by the Bobcats. Happy with that one for sure. Great job there from Quinnipiac University. We'll take a look at the replay there, but you can even see signs in the backgrounds now have been made for all of their teammates. So definitely similar to what we just saw, just a different dismount. So nice and strong all the way throughout there from mid-base and the top there from Quinnipiac. Big smiles. Don't we love to see that, Aaliyah?
We do. They look excited after this one. Let's see this dismount. Very clean.
Very clean. Up next will be Frostburg State in open pyramid. They have a start value of a 10.0. Talking about Frostburg State, these athletes coming out on the floor, their coach won NCATA Coach of the Year. So a big congratulations to Katie Nunley in her 3rd season as head acro coach for Frostburg State, a 10-2 record, Aaliyah, this season, including the program's first ever MEC regular season tournament championship. So just a big congrats to all these athletes.
It's been incredible to see them grow their program and continue to rise their level of execution and skill set.
Check out that entry, a 360 entry from the front.
And that straddle hold, that might be the best one I've seen all day.
Beautiful job there from Frostburg.
Wow.
How cool. We'll have to definitely check that out on the replay, but you do not see a 360 entry from the front very often. I mean, number 8, Abby Baker, she has been a rock star for these Bobcats. Yes, Bobcats, Quinnipiac Bobcats to Frostburg State Bobcats. We're going from one to the other, but she has been an amazing athlete for them all year long. So just a big congrats to her. Look at this. She was named an All-American this year, so another big congrats, but check that out. 360 all the way up to that 1-1-1 pyramid.
And that straddle hold, that is the definition of an overextended straddle hold. Going into that dismount, we want to see that rise in the hips like we talked about going into the cradles. They did an awesome job there.
Great job there in rounding. After the open pyramid will be toss event. You will see 3 heats in toss event, and then rounding out the event finals will be the tumbling event with 6 heats. So in toss event, heat 1 will be a 450 salto, heat 2 will be a sink toss, and then heat 3 will be an open toss. So with each of these, this is definitely where you see the start values change. I will say, Aaliyah, you'll see a lot of the same tosses here, so it really is going to come down to apples to apples.
And in the toss event, there is some variety there, but at that high level, there is not.
The open pyramid champion with the score of a 9.825 is Frostburg State University, and they have taken home their first event final championship ever. I mean, Aaliyah, I have tears in my eyes. I am so happy for them. Katie Nunley, the Coach of the Year must literally be crying somewhere. Where is she? Oh, she's right in the front. She has tears. She's hugging Felicia Mulkey from Baylor.
And how exciting! This place is rocking right now.
Literally roaring. I can hear it. They're running away with the sign,
too. You see those Baylor Bears over there? They are celebrating with them. Oh,
how cute. Their first event championship ever. I'm so happy for them. Frostburg State, congratulations.
And they have made history this year time and time again.
They really have. How amazing. A big congrats to them. Look at them celebrating. They're crying. They're shaking. They don't really know how to control themselves there.
It's an incredible feeling.
How amazing. All right, up next is toss event. We will have Glenville, Oregon, Gannon, Azusa Pacific, and Baylor here. Up first will be Glenville. Here come the Pioneers to the floor. A huge congrats to them for making it, as well as the at-large bid here for Heat 1, 450 salto toss with a 9.9 start value.
And this has been beautiful all year long.
Awesome job there from the Pioneers. A beautiful double with that 9.9 start value. Savannah Duckworth, that top there, she is just a freshman, Aaliyah. Very impressive. Comes in freshman year, makes an event final with her team.
And that is very impressive. Again, this is her freshman year. She has so much room to grow in that toss event. It's exciting to really see them there. And great job to Glenville State. And they do have an event championship under their belt in a previous year with the pyramid event, but great job in that toss.
Beautiful job there. And what you'll see with toss event is not every team will line up to the front like you just saw Glenville do. You'll see some line up to the side. You'll see some side to side. So it's really preference of the team and the coaches and exactly what you'll see. But that was a back salto layout 720, a back double is what many will call it. And Oregon will be up next with the exact same toss, which means they will be starting at that 9.9 start value. Here come the Ducks to the mat, and as you see there, that will be the start values, 9.9, 9.9, 10, 10, and a 9.9. But here come the Ducks to the floor.
And good job by the Ducks. That was a good catch. And you're really looking for that twisting skill, just like we talked about in the acros, to square to the front first, to have both arms up really tight, and then pull to that twist. But that catch, she was in that nice tight body position, came through really solid.
Stunning double there. And then what we'll watch here, we'll explain what you're going to see next, which bumps it up from the 9.9 to the 10, and what you'll see in the next two. But check out this Jade Albalos, this top here. Really good lines all the way throughout and a nice tight clean catch, and that's really what the officials are looking for. They want that hollow body position, feet not too high, almost nearly flat is really what they're looking for. But up next will be Gannon University. They will be starting out with a 10.0. So what the difference is here is they will do the same exact toss but with a kick. And what you need to see here, let me tell you, the officials do look for this. At least a 45-degree kick before they go into that double.
And we're going to see number 5, Ty Upton. She was NCATA Division II Specialist of the Year out of Gannon University.
So a big congrats to Ty. I mean, what an honor. She is a sophomore only top. And she just has been really stand out in this entire event, Aaliyah. So here come the Gannon Golden Knights.
Good catch there, good finish for them.
Beautiful job there from Gannon, awesome job, and we'll take a look at the replay. I would say her kick was definitely that 45 degrees, so she looked good on that part.
And as you go into that kick, you want to, again, have that extension, have that height. You see her go up, you see her twist up, and then she comes through very tight. But you want to make sure your head is in nice and tight, your whole body is together. So maybe a little bit of deduction there, but it was a beautiful kick double.
And you'll actually see that in the exact same toss next with Azusa Pacific. They will be doing that kick double, which gets them to that 10.0 start value as well. And then we will go back to round out the 450 salto toss with Baylor just doing that straight double that you saw with the first two teams. You know who you will see again in this is the most outstanding athlete and All-American from D2, Azusa Pacific's JC Vandezilver. So definitely keep an eye out for her. She definitely is strong for the Cougars when it comes to this toss event.
And again, a very good catch there.
Beautiful job there from the Cougars, and definitely got that 45-degree kick. She probably had much more, but awesome job there from Azusa Pacific, as we'll break it down here on the replay. Let's take a look here. So they decided to line theirs up side to side there, definitely so you can see that kick angle.
And you see the big kick there, a little bit of feet separation at the end, but that is a very small deduction because it was such a minor feet separation. Again, though, that's one of the deductions that ranges from that 1/2 up to that 3/10. So a very good toss, a very well executed toss.
And what we were talking about, when it comes to these deductions, they can be anywhere from 1/2 tenth up to that 3/10 when we're talking about that with the officials. But wrapping up toss event will be Baylor University with a start value of a 9.9. And once again, you will see, who is it we're looking for here?
Number 9, Cameron Kitchens. I mean, how many accolades does she have this year and over her career? She's been a standout athlete, but a standout student as well for Baylor.
All-American, all-academic athlete of the year. And here she is with a straight double and a 9.9 start value.
I mean, this place is quiet and then loud.
Yeah, that is just so beautiful. Her lines, how clean she is, the height she gets in that catch, just absolutely stunning there from the Baylor Bears. And that wraps up toss heat 1. We will crown a national champion for the 450 salto toss, but let's take a look at this replay.
So you're going to see Cam here. She brings her arms up and extends them on this set. So you really see her extend there. She twists through that straight body position. Her feet are glued together. So it was a very well executed toss, just like we saw throughout all of these tosses. I mean, what a strong 450 salto heat so far.
Everyone did such a great job there with the 450 salto toss. Up next will be duo. So you will see a sync toss similar to everything that you've seen synchronized. Two groups splitting that NCATA logo right in the middle, and they will be trying to look exactly the same. They really want to be mirror images when it comes to that toss. But here comes our national champion for the 450 salto toss with the score of 9-7. Baylor University with their back double. They take home another national championship here, and this one is for the 450 salto toss. Congrats to Baylor University. Amazing job there done by the Bears. Before we head into the sync toss group. Sync toss, you will be looking at Hawaii Pacific, Azusa Pacific, Oregon, Gannon, and Baylor. And let me tell you, Aaliyah, you'll be seeing similar things to what we just saw. We'll see 3 back doubles, and then we'll see 2 kick back doubles. So definitely similar things to what you just watched.
And we're really looking for these tops. Like Emma said, that mirror image, you want them to look the exact same all the way through so that judge's eye isn't caught.
And here come the Sharks of Hawaii Pacific, taking the mat, as I mentioned, splitting that NCATA logo, and they will be doing back doubles with a start value of a 9.9.
Little bit on that catch there. She couldn't quite get her feet all the way through, but it was still a very high toss.
Great job there by the Sharks. And that top on the left, that is Ravenna Bala. She is an All-American there for the Sharks. So a big congratulations to her. We didn't get to talk about her during the national championship. So I just want to say a huge congratulations as they came here as the at-large bid for that specific toss event. So big congrats to Ravenna.
And we're going to watch this replay now. We're looking for that extension, just that synchronization. Again, you will have 4 bases tossing you, so everybody has to be on the same exact timing. Everybody has to be ready for that explosion. And through this toss event, we're looking not only at the tops lines, but at the bases. You want to see them in that fully extended position, and then you don't want to see them taking any steps prior to that catch. And not in that catch, you want them to be above that shoulder level, nice and tight.
And up next will be Azusa Pacific. They will also be starting as that 9.9, as you see there on the graphic. Oregon at that 9.9, and then Gannon and Baylor will be at that 10.0 with that kick. That's what's making the difference in that 10th start value. You know, Aaliyah, I mean, it is flying by. We're already on Toss Heat 2. We'll have Toss Heat 3, and then the one and only tumbling event. And I have to say that might be my favorite. I know we're not supposed to be biased, but it gets crazy in here. It gets so exciting. There's so many people cheering on everyone, I would say. I mean, like, talk about the energy when it comes to tumbling. It's just so awesome.
I mean, you're seeing some of the best tumbling in our sport. You're seeing the athletes that have incredible technique, but also with incredible start values. So they're executing high-level skills on this hard floor in the tumbling event.
And here come the Cougars of Azusa Pacific University, and they will have sink toss. And check this out, instead of facing forward, they'll be facing side to side for their doubles.
Some synchronization off the toss there on the left. They just came off a little bit later, and then a little bit on that catch, but overall, good executed doubles.
And then overall, I think when we watch on that replay on the catch, I think you'll see a little bit of a drop in the catch, maybe not that tight hollow body position, but overall a great job there by the Cougars.
So we're going to be watching this replay. Again, we're looking for those tops to look like mirror images, to have that rise, and then watch the bases as well. Don't forget that they are not supposed to move their feet, and they're supposed to catch nice and high.
Oregon also doing the same exact toss. So 3 in a row, really seeing apples to apples to apples of who can do it better.
So this is the first year that event finals has been on day 4 of the national championship. It usually has been the day of the national championship in the morning, and then the 2 teams that advance to the national championship have to compete again later that night. So this is new for these athletes, and I think we're seeing a lot of fresh bodies right now and a lot of, rested bodies as well.
We were talking to the coaches earlier too. I think a lot of the coaches like it, especially for those at-large bids. They're able to come in on Saturday, have that practice day, and then come in for Sunday's event finals. So I think it's a great thing for the sport as the Oregon Ducks will now take the mat with the 9.9 start value.
And we saw this yesterday. That was such a great toss, great synchronization.
Absolutely beautiful there from the Ducks. I mean, you can't ask for much better timing there from that double toss there. I mean, timing all the way through from the load in all the way up. Great job there from the University of Oregon.
So we're going to be watching this replay. Again, tops nice and square, nice good extension on the way up, tight catches on the way down. You don't want to see that piked body position. And then bases, really explosive, hitting that extension, no steps there from those bases.
They look super happy with that one. And up next will be the Gannon Golden Knights. And you will see 2 kick doubles here, which will get them to that 10.0 start value.
And what's unique about the toss event is you're going to see some tops compete different tosses. So they might be doing a back double in one event and then a kick back double in another event. Coming up, you're going to see top Allie Price. She's competing a kickback double in this event. And then later on, you're going to see her compete a toss that we're not seeing from anybody else today.
And I think something to note also is that all of these tosses you are watching are backwards twisting, but that is not always the case. You can twist forwards. You can do anywhere from a layout, a tuck, a layout, a full, a double. So what you're seeing here is majority very similar, but definitely we'll see differences in the regular season. Beautiful job there from tops Ty Upton and Allie Price. So great job there by the Golden Knights.
And that was some synchronization that you are looking for. Those tops coming around after that kick through to that double, they looked very similar. Not a lot of differences in their timing at all.
We'll take a look at the replay here. And you know what I do notice with the Gannon Golden Knights is everything is 2 counts, and they are quick with their counts, which I think does help both their athletes. Really, they're ready to rock the down through the bases, and the explosion is very quick, and that was a great job there by Gannon University. Last but not least, wrapping up the SYNC, which is our Heat 2 of toss event, is Baylor University. They will start out with that 10.0, and they will be doing the same exact toss as Gannon University just did, that kick back salto layout 720.
And as our sport has evolved, the toss event has evolved. But really, we're seeing all of these teams execute these tosses at the highest level. About 10 years ago, this was not the toss event. These skills were not competed in the toss event. So it's really unique to see it grow, advance, and, you know, really capitalize on this skill set. Some timing there between the 2 tops, but you saw height and explosion.
Yes, and I mean, there's definitely some timing there, but no lack of height, I would say. I mean, that toss on the left, which let me tell you, we will see in the open toss, it almost comes up to the broadcast booth. Like, it is high, it is up there near those rafters, but I think that's really all I saw overall from the toss. We'll take a look at it on the replay here, but very strong, beautiful kicks from both tops.
And you're looking for that kick before the twist, which you are seeing, and then make sure to watch the bases. So we did see a step there on that right group, a little bit of movement. That also will take away from that 10.0 start value as the judges take deductions.
Awesome job there in sync toss by all 5 teams. Again, a big congratulations to Hawaii Pacific for making the at-large bid there for synchronized toss. And we are just waiting for scores from the officials, and then we will crown a national champion here for the synchronized toss.
And we're still waiting, aren't we? Maybe we have another tie. Who knows?
Angela Urban out there on the floor. They might send her back. That's when we know it's a tie. If they push her back with the trophy, that means 2 more teams have got to go. But it looks like she's holding her ground, which means I think we're about to crown a national champion for the synchronized toss. And once again, there will only be 1 more toss heat after this, but here we are with the score of 9-4-7-5. The Gannon Golden Knights will take it home with that kick double. So a big congratulations to Gannon University. I mean, Ty Upton and Allie Price, 2 amazing tops for Gannon University. Super excited for them. So a big congrats to the Gannon Golden Knights, 2023 synchronized toss champions. Awesome job to them. Last heat here, open heat for toss event will be Hawaii Pacific University, Fairmont State, Gannon University, Quinnipiac University, and Baylor. So here you go. We got a little bit of a switch up. I would see something a little different here.
And I know we're excited also to see Fairmont in here. So Fairmont State will be competing that second round. They competed on day 1 of this national championship against Baylor University.
Hawaii Pacific will lead us off here in this open heat with a start value of a 9-9, doing that back double. And this goes to show you can and you are allowed to do anything in your group pass or your group toss that you do in your individual. So you will see that All-American Ravenna out there again for this back double. Beautiful job there from the Sharks. Nice clean form all the way throughout. Good height on that. Awesome job there from Hawaii Pacific.
I think what I noticed from that top is she had her feet glued together the entire way through. So something to definitely look for in that replay. Make sure to watch the bases, watch that top rise, and then watch the catch. And you can tell they're excited with that one.
Super excited with that one. We see big smiles. They love it. They see themselves on the Jumbotron. Up next will be Fairmont State, and this is one of the events that Fairmont State has made it in. They will start at that 9-9, and you will see that back double. A big congratulations to Fairmont State. They did have an All-American, Katie Keel. She is a junior, she's a top, a tumbler, and then you will also see in this toss group Peyton Barnes. She is the Colleen Kosrod Leadership Award winner. So a big congratulations to Fairmont State for their All-American and their award winner.
And that Colleen Kosrod Leadership Award is something very special to our sport. Colleen was a founding coach of this sport. She was an incredible advocate for us, and she helped us get to this moment that we're in.
And here comes Fairmont State out here with a 9.9 start value.
And look at that float. She floated through that entire double.
Awesome job there from Fairmont State. I mean, the form was just absolutely impeccable there. They did such a good job all the way throughout. Very impressed with that back double.
You can tell they're very happy with that one as well.
Their teammates are happy. Everything, I see the signs. I love it.
So now we're going to look at this replay. Again, watch that top as she floats through the air. You want to see that square to the front.
Taylor Oppenlander, how beautiful. Check out those lines. She's a top, she's a tumbler, sophomore from West Virginia. So must not be too far from her hometown here at West Liberty. Great job there by the Falcons. Up next will be the Gannon Golden Knights. They will have a 10.0 start value. And this is what Aaliyah and I were talking about. A different toss that you have not seen yet in all of event finals. So definitely keep your eye out for this one. All-American top Allie Price has just an absolutely beautiful toss coming to the floor right now. Check that out. That was an Arabian Salto Pike Open 540. So definitely one you've never seen before. I think a little bit high on that catch, I would say. You can see up more by like the neck of where all those bases were. But a great job overall. And I mean, what a unique toss, Aaliyah.
And with these tosses on this Arabian, what's the most important part is that you do that jump half turn as you're flipping. There's so much that goes into this. You're hitting that piked body position with those straight legs. You see it went over to the right a little bit, but it was beautifully executed.
Awesome job there from the Gannon Golden Knights. And up next will be Quinnipiac University doing their back double. And they will be starting at a 9-9 with that back double. As you see, we're in the crowd here. We've got signs. Birthday girl, happy birthday. Can't quite read the sign, but super excited, and a big happy birthday to whoever it may be. I love QU. We've got all the signs for everyone. Here come the Bobcats of Quinnipiac University to the floor with that 9.9 start value.
So you definitely saw that extension on the way up from that top and then through to that cradle, a little bit of that pike position, but still great height.
Great height on that, and I mean, I would say all 5 of these teams really did hit that height requirement. Great job from all of the teams. And when we come through there, I think a little bit, I would say, you really look for that chest up before you're coming through on that nice tight catch. So maybe a little bit of a deduction there, but talk about the extension here from the bases and that good explosion on that rise. Yeah, just a little bit there on that pike through, but overall form was great. Bases didn't move at all, and that is what the officials are looking for.
So on that replay, you saw a couple little steps there, but also our screen froze up a little bit, so it could have been that as well.
That is true. So we are up next. Here is Baylor University. They will be doing a kickback layout 720. So what you saw back in the sink toss is what they will be doing here. And let me tell you, Aaliyah, check out the height on this toss. I mean, this gets some explosion like I've never seen before from bases. So definitely keep an eye out as the Bears will now take a mat to round out Heat 3, the open toss event with a 10.0 start value.
And wow, that kick, that extension on the way up is beautiful.
And great control on the come through. I mean, with that height and how fast she twists, just a great control there on that catch. So an awesome job there by the Bears.
And she is the prime example when you watch this of kicking and not twisting right away. She hits that kick, she stalls for a second, and you'll watch it on the replay. She twists like that little tornado.
As you see here, a big dip explosion, that kick. Honestly, our screen froze at the perfect time. We really saw her kick, her rise, and then her double twist. So a great job there by the Bears as we wait to crown a national champion for the open toss event. And this is our last toss event. So after this, we will head into tumbling. So with tumbling, there are grouped passes, there are individual passes, and you are allowed to be in a grouped pass and an individual. You just can't be in multiple group or multiple individual. So you will definitely see from schools here, we will have a duo of 2 people, a trio of 3, a quad of 4 if it didn't get hard enough to time the other ones. There's decided to do 4 people. And then we'll see 3 solo passes. And you'll definitely see athletes from certain schools that will be in both grouped passes and the individual passes. And something to note, Aaliyah, as we are in these event finals, is this is a dead floor.
So that means there is no spring to this floor. Everything that is the power that's created is truly by the athlete, truly by that round off or that punch into these skills. And again, it's an extension of strength and conditioning, making sure they're working not only that strength, that stability, but the explosiveness as well. So you'll see some very impressive tumbling passes. And with tumbling, the more skills typically that either you punch and connect to or string together is that big start value.
Here is the open toss champion with a 9.55 is the Gannon Golden Knights. They take home the open toss championship. A big congratulations to Gannon 2023 open toss champions. And you know, Aaliyah, how awesome with that Arabian toss that we have never seen yet in this event finals. So a huge congratulations to them. We are going to cut to a quick break here. The athletes are going to be warming up for tumbling event, so about 7 minutes or so, and we will see you soon. 2023 Acrobatics and Tumbling event finals. We are here with the last event. It is so crazy. 30 seconds until we get started. as athletes are finishing warming up here. But what we will have is tumbling event. We will have the duo, the trio, the quad pass, and then 3 solo passes, but we will still stick to that 5-team representation. So you will have the at-large bid schools go first, and then 4 teams from day 1's quarterfinals. So super excited to get started here. The duo pass will be first, and this is something where you definitely want to listen into the start values. You will see a lot of variation here, especially in those group passes. So up first in Heat 1 of the duo will be Hawaii Pacific, then it will go Azusa Pacific, Baylor, Gannon, then Quinnipiac. And let me tell you, Aaliyah, you're going to see some different passes here for sure. There is not one that is identical throughout this duo pass.
You are right, huh? I think we're going to see throughout this entire tumbling event a lot of variation and a lot of variety. That's what makes the sport so unique, is coaches really get to coach to their athletes' specialties and their talents. And so you're seeing these athletes compete passes that maybe no other athlete is competing out there, and they're all very hard.
And when we go through each of these passes, what the officials will really be looking for. So they will be looking for nice, tight, clean landings and nice and controlled. We'll talk about that a lot. They are allowed to step if they are twisting the student athlete, but if they land in a back tuck or a back layout, it has to be stuck. So just something to keep out, good form, nice straight legs, nice pointed toes and tight legs throughout it all. But up first, from Hawaii Pacific University will be number 8, Elira Andes, and junior Isabella De La Cruz from Hawaii Pacific with a 9.75 start value.
And you saw that stumble there. She just over-rotated that tuck. It was a good pass from her, and I think she just didn't realize how much flip she had.
She really did have so much power there on that rotation, but all the way through, a great job with timing, I would say. We're going to break it down in the replay, each skill, but what you will see here is overall throughout, even through that tuck, great timing there from Hawaii Pacific.
So you're looking out of this 4.5 to have that extension, to have no sink into the ground, and then a long extension in our whips. We've talked a million times about whips, so I'm sure you guys all know that by now. And then a really tight punch into that tuck.
Up next will be Azusa Pacific University, and they will have number 39, Sarah Lang, a junior, and number 3, a senior, JC Vandezilver, and their start value will be a 10.0. So you will see a lot of 1.5s, I will say that. They may be in the middle of a pass going to a step out, but they also may be at the end of some of these passes. So definitely something to keep a lookout for. And also, as I was talking about officials, continuity is huge, Aaliyah. The officials want to see you never slow down until that ending skill, and then with that nice stuck landing.
And we're actually going to see the pass that was just competed, an upgraded version of that. So instead of that whip punch tuck, there's that whip punch full. Again, we talked through how much, what gets you to that 10.0 difficulty. Upgrading to that full is what got them there.
And here come the Azusa Pacific Cougars with their duo pass.
Synchronization was on.
Beautiful job there from the Cougars. I mean, they couldn't have asked for much better. That was a beautiful pass there from both Sarah Lang and JC Vandezilver. And yes, that was out of that 10.0 that Aaliyah was mentioning. So that whip to that full at the end is what gets them there from that 9.75 to that 10.0. So a beautiful job there by the Cougars, and we'll break it down there on the replay for you.
So again, you're going to see that 4.5 step out. You want that extension to go directly into that next skill. And you see no lack of acceleration, a little bit of knees bent on that front whip, but a very clean pass.
They look so happy with that. Well, look at that celebration right to their And you know what? You will see both of those athletes in the solo passes later on, so definitely keep an eye out for them. Up next will be Gannon University, and they will be number 50, senior Samantha Gouge, and number 15, senior Michaela Lanza, and a completely different pass, like super, super different. So definitely note what they're going to be doing in the front of this, a front tuck on the hard floor. That is what's creating all their power here on this dead mat. So here come the Golden Knights with a 10.0 start value.
And as Emma said, that punch front, you want to see that lift and that height.
Beautiful job there from the Gannon Golden Knights. As you can see, they're so happy with that one. Big hugs. Talk about power. I mean, they could have done probably a 1.5 out of that if they needed to. Great job there by the Golden Knights. Big hugs there from head coach Brandy Duran.
And Samantha Gouge, you see her there, she is an All-American for this team. That also was her final pass for her career. So a 5-year senior, she's had an incredible career, and it's exciting to see her go out like that.
Tears down my face for these athletes. I mean, the time and the effort they put into this sport, and then just to be able to go out on a bang at the event finals at their national championship. I mean, you can't ask for much more. Last but not least here, rounding out the duo tumbling pass is Quinnipiac University, starting out with that 10.0. You will see junior number 16, Summer Knoll, and number 6, junior Lindsay Rudolph. And this will be the same exact pass that the Baylor Bears competed, that round off whip Arabian through to that 1.5. So really excited to see here as we wrap up duo tumbling.
She did not step off the mat. Wow.
She did not, and she was making sure she wasn't right there. That front athlete, Summer Knoll, great job there with that whip Arabian. I mean, talk about the connections from that whip to the Arabian, the height they get in that step out. Very similar to Baylor, a beautiful job there from all 5 teams in the duo tumbling pass. As you see, they're gonna run to line up there at the back of the map, but let's take a look at this replay.
So you want to see that rise in that shoulder, and then in this full 1.5. You saw a little bit of synchronization and some feet apart on that landing, but the rest of the pass was beautiful.
Great job there by the Bobcats as all the passes in the back line up here waiting to be crowned the national championship for the duo tumbling. After the duo will be the trio. So you saw 2 people time. Next you will see 3 people time everything out. So super excited to see here for the trio. Up next, you will have Hawaii Pacific, Gannon, Limestone, Quinnipiac, and Oregon. And definitely a lot of start value changes there when we get to the trio pass. But you will see some of the same passes. So a little bit similar to what we saw here. We saw both Baylor and Quinnipiac do the same pass. So interested to see here with the trio pass. But we are waiting for those official scores for the national champion for the duo tumbling.
And I'm sure it's close.
With the score of 9.55. Quinnipiac University takes home the duo tumbling national championship. Super exciting for both junior Summer Knoll and junior Lindsay Rudolph. Congratulations to the Quinnipiac Bobcats for taking home the national championship in the duo tumbling pass. And here we go, we're running away with the sign again.
And something
I love it. Oh, there we go. We figured that one out.
Wow.
A return back to Ange. A return back to Ange goes the sign. Super exciting. Congratulations to the Bobcats. And we are going to head right into the trio pass. One ends, we go right to the next. So up first from Hawaii Pacific will be number 27, a junior Christine Wong, a senior number 23, Ravenna Bala, and a junior number 18, Emily Colmenares, with a start value of a 9.4.
landed beautifully.
Great job there by the Sharks. I mean, another big congratulations to them. That is All-American Ravenna Bala, so another congrats to her, and great job for making the at-large bid here at the 2023 National Championship. I think we saw a little bit of timing there, but really caught up at the end in a nice, clean, and controlled landing.
And as we look through the tumbling event, those straight legs, those pointed toes, those feet together is really what you're looking for throughout the entire pass. But you saw those back two were on, that front one caught up, it was good.
Great job there by Hawaii Pacific. And next up will be the Gannon Golden Knights, also with a 9.4 start value. You will see number 2, a junior, Allison Price, number 20, a senior, Sophie Binzel, and number 3, a sophomore, Charisma Felix. So here come the Golden Knights in the trio tumbling pass with a 9.4 start value.
And they're going to land this in a back full. So when we're looking at landings with the back full, you want to see landed with that chest up, that tight body position with no bend at the hips.
And what you can see on the broadcast is they are waving because they are letting the officials know who is who and who they're watching, just to make sure it's the correct athletes. A little crooked there from the back athlete, but everyone on their feet there. I think we just saw a slight deviation there, but the timing in the beginning was really beautiful there. We'll check it out on the replay here. Right from the beginning, that round off whip into the Arabian, then I think just didn't quite get all the way around through that Arabian there, but great job there by the Golden Knights. Up next, talk about a different entry. We will see Limestone with a 9.6 start value. You will have number 5, a senior, Acacia Johnson, number 9, a freshman, Casey Keir, and number 36, a sophomore, Genesis Carson. Casey Keir, freshman of the year for Limestone. I mean, what an impressive recognition. Great to her. She is number 9 here. You will see her. She will be your 3rd in a row on your camera. She's the furthest one from the front. But, you know, excited to see this pass from Limestone. Very impressive to do on a hard floor. I mean, a front handspring, front tuck, and then not only doing it by yourself, but timing it with 2 other people. Really excited to see this pass from the Saints.
And as you can see, you have that freshman and that sophomore in this pass. A lot of these teams, as we're reading these names off, it's incredible how many young athletes are in these passes and competing today. So the future is bright. We're excited to see probably upgrades in the next couple of years from all of these teams and athletes.
And I mean, we'll go into that more in the solo passes. There is such young representation, which is just going to show this sport is growing so much, getting so much more familiar within the world of gymnastics, cheer, tramping, tumbling, whatever it may be. But here come the Saints of Limestone. Amazing job there from the Limestone Saints. I mean, that was so awesome. All of those athletes, the timing was impeccable. Everyone on the mat there. Just such a great job there from Limestone. Super happy for those athletes. Front handspring, front tuck, through to the 1.5 and a 9.6 start value for trio. I mean, the 2nd highest start value in all of it. I mean, look at this pass right here.
Those front tucks,
impeccable.
They lift, they have height. Those 1.5s, they float, they go up. You see fast connection, you saw the extension. I think that was beautiful.
Absolutely amazing job there done by the Saints. Up next, as you see on the camera, are the Quinnipiac University Bobcats. You will see number 52, freshman Gabriella Pierce, number 9, sophomore Alyssa Dillon, and number 25, sophomore Layla Tracy, with a start value of a 9.4. So what you saw Hawaii Pacific compete in the first is exactly what you will see Quinnipiac University compete here in this trio pass. So here come the Bobcats.
Well,
Beautiful
they look
job
the
there.
exact same,
oh
don't
my gosh,
they?
talk about mirror images. That's what you are looking for here in these passes, mirror images from start to finish. So that was just a great job there from the Quinnipiac Bobcats. We'll break it down on the replay, but beautiful job all the way through.
So you see acceleration. They keep going, they throw those arms back, and then they go up in that full and a half. So a great pass. They will be going from that 9.4 start value.
Trio pass. We're going to wait for the official scores there to crown a national champion. But just a big props again for all those teams that made it to the trio tumbling. And we will have one more grouped tumbling after this. So if it wasn't hard enough, I say this all the time, to time 2 or 3, there's going to be a quad pass. This will be the last grouped pass. You will see Hawaii, Pacific, Gannon, Baylor, Oregon, and Quinnipiac. Definitely start value changes when it comes to the quad. I will say that you needed an 8.5 average in your season to qualify, which Hawaii Pacific did, so they are the at-large bid here for this. But super excited to start with the last grouped pass, and before we head into those solo passes as we wait for the scores here for the national champion for the trio tumbling pass at the 2023 NCATA National Championships. Here comes Angela Urban, which means we're crowning. 9.3 is the score. And it is the University of Oregon. The Ducks will take it home as the 2023 Trio Tumbling Champions. A big congratulations to Elena Ocker, Kaylee Barrera, and Haley Ellis for taking home the Trio Tumbling Champion from the 2023 National Championships. And we're on to the quad, the last grouped pass. Up first will be Hawaii Pacific University. You will see number 11, a freshman, Haley Beville. Number 28, a freshman, Isabella Fernandez. Number 2, a sophomore, Alyssa Lentz. And number 9, a freshman, Brianna Coral Vargas. This start value for this quad pass will be a 9.1.
And that's impressive. That's 3 freshmen and 1 sophomore. What a young lineup for them.
So awesome to see, especially for a program like Hawaii Pacific. So a big good luck to them as they take on this quad pass here. Here come the Sharks of Hawaii Pacific. What a beautiful pass there from Hawaii Pacific. Great timing, nice clean landings overall, big celebrations, a chest bump and a hug. I love it.
And you saw really good technique all the way through, especially on that lift of that full and a half. You see all of those athletes rise together. They're at that same height. They have the same amplitude. It's very impressive.
Very clean pass there from the Sharks. We'll take a look at it on the replay here. But overall, great timing. I mean, timing 4 people is not easy. Everything throughout that pass, great job there from Hawaii Pacific.
And as a reminder, they did start at that 9.10, so those deductions will be taken from that. But coming up next, we are going to see Gannon's pass at a 9.55.
You will see number 42, a freshman, Michaela Kiss, number 5, a sophomore, Ty Upton, number 7, a junior, Kathleen Rodriguez, and number 18, a freshman, Tori Soper. Once again, 2 freshmen, a sophomore and a junior. You know, just goes to show the hope for this program. They will be starting at a 9.55 here as the Golden Knights come out for their quad pass for the 2023 event finals.
And we're going to see Oregon compete this same pass in a couple passes.
Great timing there by Gannon. A little bit of a deep squat for one of the athletes, so it might be a little bit of a deduction on that, but overall beautiful timing from that front tuck through all the way through to that 1.5.
And as we go through the replay, make sure to watch that height on that front tuck, that extension out of it, and the fast extension into the round off handspring full 1.5. So again, under rotation, a little bit of that deep squat and that landing, very synchronized.
Up next will be Baylor University, and they will be starting at the highest start value with Quinnipiac at a 9.8. You will see number 48, a senior, Katie Schiffer, number 27, a freshman, Gianna Cameron, number 7, a senior, Emily Tobin, and number 42, a senior, Alasia Reynolds. So definitely keep an eye out for this one. This is when we talk about start values. 9.8 for Baylor, whereas Gannon was a 9.55, Hawaii was a 9.1. We'll definitely talk about all those start values, but excited to see this pass from the Bears as they take on their last group pass with the quad.
And we saw Oregon in the trio. They competed this pass. You can choose what pass you want to compete in your synchronized pass. You just can't compete the same pass in the synchronized pass in another heat, if that makes sense. So Oregon took it with that 2 whips to full 1.5, and we're going to see that 2 more times here in the quad.
And as you can see, they can start wherever they prefer. Some athletes tumble longer than others. So you'll see one athlete off the mat in the back and others on. Not quite completed there on that pass with those 2 whips all the way through. But I would say timing overall was a great job there from the Bears. I think we just saw a little bit of the continuity slow down there as the pass went on.
And that's the hard part about whips. There's no hands. You are not doing a hand element. It is all power from the legs. So when you see these athletes do these whips, they're generating power, yes, through their upper body by throwing their arms back, but you see there that pass was not completed there in the middle, ended in that full versus the full.
not least will be Quinnipiac University. They will be starting at that 9-8 up there with that start value, the same as Baylor. You will see number 24, junior Farah Chernov, number 5, a freshman, Catherine Carter, number 2, a junior Tiffany Ziba, and number 23, a senior Brianna Marks. And once again, with a 9.8 start value here for the Bobcats. This is our last group pass here, so definitely stay tuned after this. Once we hit the solo passes, that is really where it gets rowdy, I would say. Exciting with those individual passes. But here come the Bobcats with that 9.8 start value.
Wow.
What a beautiful job there by the Bobcats. I mean, look at those celebrations. They look happy with that one. We see a lot of hugs, high fives. And look at those coaches. I mean, they seem happy with that one. A wonderful job there by the Bobcats. And just to keep in mind, when we go through crowning a champion, start values for there. Hawaii was a 9-1, Gannon a 9.55, Baylor a 9.8. Oregon a 9.55, and Quinnipiac a 9.8. So probably the most variation we've seen when it comes to start values as we watch this replay here from Quinnipiac.
Long extension in those whips, straight legs, pointed toes, feet glued, a little bit of synchronization in the back, but overall, well done.
Great pass there by the Bobcats. Up next will be the 3 solo passes. We will have the aerial pass, the 6 element, and the open pass. So within the aerial event, which will quickly come up right after this quad pass, will be Hawaii Pacific, Azusa Pacific, Gannon, Baylor, and Quinnipiac. Once again, 5 teams is what you'll be looking for. And remember, don't go anywhere after the event finals are over, because we will be talking about all the 2023 NCATA All-Academic Team, All-American Team, and the major award winners that were selected by the NCATA Awards Committee. Looks like we're waiting for some official scores before we wrap up here and crown a quad national championship. But, I mean, you can feel the pressure in here. I think we see hands holding. We see everyone kind of waiting for this last group pass here. But here we come. Tumbling champion for the quad. 9.075. Quinnipiac University takes home the quad pass. Congratulations to the Bobcats here. We had in that quad pass Farah Chernov, Catherine Carter, Tiffany Ziba, and Brianna Marks with a 9.075. So once again, congratulations to Quinnipiac, Oregon, and then once again Quinnipiac for those duo, trio, and quad passes. Next up will be our aerial passes. Starting us off from Hawaii Pacific is number 8, a junior, Alira Andes. And you know what? Get ready for this pass. I mean, all these passes are at a 10.0 here in this aerial heat. Just very impressive to see. I mean, talk about peaking at the right time. How exciting for Hawaii Pacific to have once again an at-large bid here for these tumbling rounds. And they will have one for every single individual pass. So great job by the Sharks. Here comes Alira Andes from Hawaii Pacific with a 10.0 start value. Just a little short on that landing there, I think, with that step out. But great job there from Alira Andes at Hawaii Pacific.
And you can see her trying to run that one off. That might have been a little bit of a stinger on the ankles.
We'll take a look at the replay there, but what she did was a front tuck, round off, back handspring, 1.5, step out to a round off full. That is not an easy pass. Yes, that's a mouthful to say too. She is doing 6 different elements there, all the way from that punch front tuck on the floor.
And you see she just misstepped a little bit on that full and a half. That's why she came out of that full the way she did. But the rest, the beginning especially, very powerful.
Up next from Azusa Pacific University will be number 24, sophomore Maria Hurst with a 10.0 start value and a completely different pass, may I say, Aaliyah. Totally different, starting out with a different front skill. So excited to see Azusa Pacific take on this aerial pass for their open heat.
And what's really cool about this aerial event that we're going through right now with tumbling is we're only seeing 2 repeats of a pass. Other than that, we're seeing 4 completely different passes at this 10.0 start value. So seeing that variety from different teams and that specialties from those athletes.
Just really cool to see, and that shows the creativity and what the coaches and the athletes can choose from. I mean, athletes nowadays are coming in with some skills as a freshman that are just so impressive. So really cool to see all the variety that we have. Here comes Azusa Pacific with a 10.0 start value for their aerial pass.
Deviation there on that pass, but she finished it strong.
Great job there from Azusa Pacific. So what you saw there was a round off, 1.5 step out, round off, back handspring, whip, full. And let me tell you, Aaliyah, those connections from the whips to any sort of skill, whether it's a tuck, a layout, or a full, are not easy. So just a very impressive job there from number 24, Maria Hurst, as we look on this replay.
So you want to see her come out of this full and a half with a little bit more rotation. That's why she had to bend down into that round off. It threw her off a little bit. I'm sure she's used to having that extreme power, but a really high full and a half.
Up next will be Gannon University. You will see number 2, a junior, Allison Price. And what she will be competing is exactly what you'll see Baylor University compete next. Both at that 10.0 start value. They will be doing whip Arabians through to a 1.5. So you actually did see this pass earlier in a group pass from different universities, but this one here will be Allison Price taking the floor in the aerial pass with that 10.0 start value.
And you hear the crowd chanting her name right now.
How cute. Both teams, not just her own teammates, all the teams around. Just a great environment here at the National Championship. And I also want to say a big thank you to West Liberty for hosting. I mean, it is not easy to host a National Championship. So once again, Allie Price here will take the mat for Gannon University for the aerial tumbling pass.
Good height in that full and a half.
Beautiful job there from Allie Price. A nice controlled step there at the end. I mean, amazing career for Allie Price. Like, she has to be so happy with herself. Great job there at Gannon University, All-American, just very impressive. We'll take a look at the replay here for that whip Arabian, and you'll see the same pass here from Baylor up next.
So you really want to see that height on that Arabian. You want it to go above her shoulder height, and then again that lift under that full and a half. A little bit of a slow transition, a small deduction there, but a great landing.
Amazing job there from the Gannon Golden Knights. Number 20, Aaliyah Thomas, starting out with that 10.0, doing the exact same pass that you just saw from Gannon University.
And now that I'm looking at this, we have a freshman competing in the aerial, in the 6 element, and the open pass. So shout out to those freshmen. This sport is a fun one to learn, but it takes time, so they have tackled it so well.
Here comes Baylor University up next in the aerial pass, our second to last athlete competing in the aerial. Beautiful job there from just a freshman, Aaliyah Thomas. Amazing pass there. I mean, that whip and that Arabian, it definitely does rise. So super happy for her there. Big celebrations, big hugs with the teammates.
And we'll break it down on this replay. You see a long whip. She goes really high in that Arabian. She comes out of it a little bit slow. So that's why that full and a half didn't get its full rotation. So she'll get a little bit of under rotation on that landing for those of you who are trying to figure out maybe what that deduction might be.
Up next will be Quinnipiac University. They will have a junior number 24, Farah Chernov, representing them. And let me tell you, a pass that we've definitely never seen before. She will be doing 8 elements. 8, Aaliyah. I mean, that is something you really do not see often, and that is why she's standing in that back corner. So with the group passes, a lot of teams go side to side, and then when it comes to the solo, they have the option. So she will be starting, as you can see, by the staircase there. But up next is the Quinnipiac University Bobcats wrapping up our aerial event. Job there on that pass, and yes, that was 8 elements. I mean, we'll break it down in the replay, but a wonderful job there to wrap up the aerial heat for that solo tumbling.
And something to note, she went last in that pass. That means that she had the highest score coming in. So all of these athletes and groups that are competing last had the highest score coming in. And you can tell by this replay, she has great connection throughout the entire pass. And then you see that full and a half, it goes up in that landing. She controlled her step the entire way through.
The athletes will now line up in the back of the mat here to see who is crowned the aerial champion at the 2023 National Championships. You can see Farah's teammates there at Quinnipiac are writing on their iPads. Acro Circus, we've got, I mean, look at all these fans. Look, we got Limestone dancing in the background. I mean, we can hear the music if you guys can behind us, but just such a great environment. Super excited to be here. I think everyone is loving these Sunday event finals.
I think so too. And the shark.
The shark has made it. It is TV famous. Let me tell you, Limestone is going to love that the shark has officially made it on the broadcast. And here comes the aerial champion. 9.825. Quinnipiac University, Farah Chernov has taken home the aerial tumbling pass. A big congratulations to the Bobcats with a 9.825 for taking home the aerial tumbling pass. Up next will be the 6th element. I mean, we're flying through this thing, Aaliyah. And you know what? Farah Chernov also did win the quad pass with 3 of her other teammates. So what an amazing accomplishment. I mean, to go win a group pass, to go win a solo pass, you can't ask for much more. So big congrats to Farah Chernov of Quinnipiac. Up next is the 6th element. Hawaii Pacific is going to start us off. You will see a senior number 13, Isabella De La Cruz, with a start value of 10.0. Aaliyah, 10.0 start values for all of these 6 elements. So just very impressive to see.
And all different passes, I believe.
Yes. Beautiful job there from Isabella De La Cruz, senior on that Hawaii Pacific team. Great job there, and what a great pass. And you are right, Aaliyah. They are going to be all different passes. I mean, we'll see some round-offs, we'll see some front tucks, we'll see some whips, we'll see some Arabians. So really everything that you can choose from is what we're about to see here.
So on this replay, you see from Isabella, she continues her power all the way through. And then she goes into this whip, this punch full. She does a good job. She basically sticks the landing. A little bit of lack of extension on that landing. You want to see her chest up a little bit more, but it was a beautiful pass.
Once again, a big congrats to Hawaii Pacific for being the at-large bid there on that 6 element pass. Next up, you will see Gannon University. So you have Hawaii, you have Gannon, you have Oregon, Quinnipiac, and Baylor for this 6 element pass. Up next will be number 15, a senior from Gannon, Michaela Lanza, and she will also be starting at that 10.0 pass. I think we see some dance moves here. We've got some good tunes on the background. I will say who's ever in charge of aux here at the gym is doing a good job. Here comes Gannon University in the 6th element with a 10.0 start value. Beautiful job there from Michaela Lanza. I mean, the height on all those passes were beautiful. She had different skills that really rose and showed, but we'll break it down there on the replay. Through her celebratory tunnel. There she goes, Aaliyah, all the way through. Every team has their own little thing. I love it.
You can see she's very happy with that pass. So you see she rises into that front tuck. She's fast all the way through. Some feet separation in that full and a half, but she did a good job controlling her landing.
Up next will be the University of Oregon, a freshman, number 4, Raquel Henderson, with a 10.0 start value. You know, we talk about the freshmen. Here we go. The Ducks have one representing them, so great job to her. And I mean, as we talk about these student athletes, they come from very diverse athletic backgrounds. They could be artistic gymnasts, acrobatic gymnasts, power tumbling, trampoline, competitive and sideline cheer, and even divers and pole vaulters. So you know what, if you are interested in the sport of acrobatics and tumbling, you love what you're watching, definitely check out the NCATA.org for more information. As the Oregon Ducks will now go in the 6th element heat, number 4, Raquel Henderson, a freshman.
What power all the way through that pass.
Beautiful job there from just a freshman with that 10.0 pass. Very impressive. Coach Taylor Sue Snarl looks happy. We see her with the jazz hands as she runs back to her teammates. What a great job. Really, I think the only thing I may have seen is a little bit of flex feet through those whips, but wonderful job and amazing power throughout the whole pass.
Yeah, when we get to see it in the replay, some flexed feet, but that full and a half was very high and very controlled on the landing.
Beautiful job there from Oregon. Up next will be Quinnipiac University. They will have a junior, number 16, Summer Knoll, and she will be at a 10.0 pass as well. And it's definitely one you've seen before. It's one that we saw in the aerial before and actually in a grouped pass that she was involved with. So I will say you won't be surprised when you see exactly what she's doing. So also, just as an FYI, her and her teammate did take home the duo event title doing this exact pass. So you know what, I don't think she's asking for anything else other than mirroring exactly what she did in that duo. So it will be great to see what she has here. Here comes Summer Knoll with the Quinnipiac Bobcats.
Good extension out of that Arabian.
A little bit funky landing there with that side step, but a beautiful job there from Summer Knoll and the Quinnipiac Bobcats. We'll break it down on the replay. I mean, talk about a rise out of the whip. Beautiful, nice high Arabian all the way through.
And as we go through the replay, look at this height on this Arabian and the extension out of it. That's what you want to see.
Little funky landing there, just a step to the side rather than right in front. But great job there by the Bobcats. And before we wrap up 6 element, you are going to see number 1, a junior, Kristen McCain from Baylor University. And you know what, Aaliyah? She's going to do something different because if it wasn't hard enough in her group pass, she really does have a book full of tumbling passes that she can do. So really excited to see this pass from Baylor University.
You did see her in the duo doing that whip Arabian. You're going to see her doing something a little bit different. Still that whip punch skill, but she has had an excellent career with Baylor so far. Still has another year, and just so incredible for them.
Here come the Baylor Bears with a 10.0 start value for the 6th element. What a stunning pass, Aaliyah. I mean, her twists, her rise in all her twists is just absolutely amazing.
And as we go through this replay, you want to see that length in that back handspring she has. Her full and a half to go up. A little bit cut short on that whip, but she extended into that full beautifully. She landed perfectly, I would say. She had her chest up. She was in a perfect body position. Easy, controlled step.
And took that designating step that Baylor coaches did submit there. So as you see, the 5 athletes line up in the back of the mat to see who is crowned the 6 element tumbling champion. Great job by every single athlete here who was out there competing. We will only have one more heat. I mean, yeah, look at Ange back there. She's got one in her hand, one more left on the table. So we will have the open tumbling heat. There are no requirements for this heat. You will see Hawaii Pacific, Azusa Pacific, Limestone, Quinnipiac, and Baylor. And there will be one difference in a start value, but other than that, they will all be at 10.0s. But definitely don't leave us after the event finals has been completed, because we will be talking about the NCATA All-Academic Team, the All-America Team, and major award winners that have been selected by the NCATA Awards Committee. And we'll explain a little bit about all those awards. I know we've been talking a lot about Specialist of the Year, Athlete of the Year, but we'll go more in depth. But here we are with the 6th element national champion with the score of 9.75. Raquel Henderson from the Oregon Ducks takes home the national championship for the 6th element pass. I mean, Aaliyah, a freshman, winning the national champion, her first ever. Now look at her. Watch this celebration. She is so excited. How awesome for her. I mean, the teammates, the coaches, everyone looks so happy with that. A great job there to number 4, Raquel Henderson.
And they're chanting freshman.
I love it. Their teammates are excited. Coach Taylor Susnara looks super excited with that. But last but not least, we make it, Aaliyah, to the open heat, last tumbling heat. Here comes All-American from Hawaii Pacific Senior 23, Ravella Bala. See what she has got here. Great job there by Ravenna. That pass right there started at a 9.75, but what a beautiful job there. I mean, Hawaii, I cannot give you enough congrats. What an amazing event finals that all of them had, coming in all the way from Honolulu to Pittsburgh and then driving over to West Liberty. Thank you for always coming, and just a congrats to making it in the at-large bid for so many different heats. We'll take a look at the replay here from All-American Ravenna Bala from Hawaii Pacific.
Good front tuck, and you see her. She continues to connect through that pass. She lands it well, a little under rotation, but it was overall very well executed.
Up next will be Azusa Pacific University. You will see a junior, number 39, Sarah Lang. Looks like she's starting from the corner. and she will be starting at a 10.0. Something to note with this pass, viewers, definitely what Aaliyah and I have noticed over the past couple of days, she ends in a back layout, so she has to stick this landing. There is no step allowed. If there is a step, there will be a deduction, but she will be doing a pass that no one else will be doing throughout this entire open. That is the one thing. When it comes to open and these no requirements, you definitely see different passes. So here she comes, Sarah Lang. She is ready to go in that corner.
On the mat, perfectly stuck, maybe a little step. Oh, so good.
Maybe a hair step there, but what amazing job. Coaches look happy, she's happy. She's giving kisses to her teammates up in the crowd. Awesome job from Sarah Lang, and just a junior, so she has another year there, so just amazing to see. We'll take a look at the replay here on this one. As you can see, a round off 1.5 through to another 1.5, and then that layout there with just a little bit of a step, but a beautiful job there from the Cougars. Up next will be number 9, the freshman of the year, Casey Keir from Limestone. Starting out with a 10.0, I mean, Aaliyah, she has got power in this pass. We've seen it, we've watched it on day 1 and day 2. Just very impressive. Excited to see another freshman out there.
And I'm trying to see, I think she is competing a completely different pass than everybody else in this open heat. So super exciting for her as a freshman at Limestone. Again, such a historic season for them with the Conference Carolina Championship advancing to day 2. It's incredible to see them here.
Here she comes, you can hear the Casey chants. I think she's excited for this pass. Let's see what she's got. Casey Keir, 10.0 pass. Here we go from Limestone. Amazing.
A perfect stick, I feel like.
That was, and she took that designated step there. She looks happy with that one. Hands up in the air, running back to her teammates. A wonderful job there, and what an amazing freshman year for her. I mean, you can't ask for much more. Freshman of the year, wonderful job there as we take a look at the replay.
So you see this height. She goes up. She has a little bit of feet apart through her pass. Those are going to be small deductions taken from that 10.0, but wow, that was impressive.
Beautiful job there. Up next from Quinnipiac University will be number 5, a freshman, Catherine Carter, and she'll be doing a completely different pass. I mean, talk about power when it comes to this pass too. And you know Quinnipiac and their whips, they love them. So that is what we are going to see here from this freshman.
And connecting 3 whips. That is so difficult. We saw that earlier on from Raquel Henderson from Oregon. They are doing that all from their leg power and their strength.
And here come the Bobcats of Quinnipiac University up next. Beautiful job there from Catherine Carter, and I mean, what potential. 3 whips, 2 handsprings, 1.5 as a freshman. I mean, you're gonna just see her really grow at that university, and beautiful pass there from the Bobcats to wrap up their last heat and their last thing in the event finals.
And as we look at this replay, look at her form throughout it. So the straight legs, the pointed toes, the feet together. The judges aren't gonna be able to really take from that because she is squeezing the entire way through.
Beautiful job there from Quinnipiac. And last but certainly not least, rounding out the 2023 event finals is going to be Cameron Kitchens from Baylor University, a senior, number 9. doing a pass we have yet to see. I mean, Aaliyah, no better way to wrap up event finals. Cameron Kitchens just been a rock star, not only for Baylor University, just the sport of acrobatics and tumbling, the true definition of a student athlete. So really excited to see this pass from her before we wrap up the final open pass. I mean, she has to be so happy with that. Her career, I mean, you can't ask for much better. She looks super happy, teammates super happy, and I don't know how you don't have tears going down your face after that. She has done so well at Baylor in the sport of acro. Let's take a look at this replay here.
Look at the height that she gets. She explodes there. She's so straight, easy landing.
Nice tight step, very controlled, I would say. As now they will all line up in the back of the mat to crown the final national event champion. This will be the open tumbling pass. So excited to see who takes this one home. Kitchens takes it home for the Baylor Bears. And here we have an MVP chant. I mean, she is just an amazing student athlete. A big congrats to the Baylor Bears for taking home the 2023 Open Pass, and she is the champion there.